I'm great. I'm really, really, really happy to be with you and to be with our community today.
Yeah, it's been a tricky couple of days on the world stage.
Yes, it's a crazy time. So I've really been looking forward to this.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
Easy to get swept away in things and not take a second to just, chat to a friend.
Exactly.
And just chat shit.
Right.
It's when times are heavy and the news feed is thick and strong and coming in real fast. It's good to it's good sometimes just take a little moment. So I hope that we will be that moment for everyone today in a very scary and dark time.
Yeah.
So we are feeling it too, but we want to be a little antidote to that, if possible.
Exactly.
In a small way.
So let's chew the fat.
Yeah.
As they say.
Wow, I haven't heard that in such a long time. Right, it's been so long that I've completely forgotten how we do the show. And
I know. So we've got news and listener feedback, which we didn't do last week because we had lovely Kasha on the show.
Okay.
And that was a great
show.
Yeah, that was a really great conversation. It was fascinating to talk to her about being on America's Next Top Model and being in the modeling world, which I know nothing about. I know, Annabelle, you're a hand and knee model, aren't you? In your spare time?
Yeah, I've got really great knees. They're not a weird shape at all. They're a perfectly normal shape. There's nothing weird about them.
I could never be a knee model. I have...
No, me neither.
Nobody wants to see my knees.
I've got, thick knees.
Me too. I don't have those, bony...
Girls...
Yeah. No.
You know how girls have, thick ankles? I've got thick knees.
Yeah, you know how some girls, you can, see their kneecaps? Not mine.
I'm actually really weirded out by knees. I'm not going to lie. It's just one of the joints where I just think, it's too... All the other joints are close together, and the knee is in the middle of two long stretches of road there, and I don't like it.
The elbow's in the middle of nowhere? What are you talking about?
No, but it's the arm is shorter. So the leg is long, and the knee is just out there on its own with very little support in it. It feels vulnerable, and I don't like the way that the kneecap is independent from the other thing. It just feels... wrong.
You just made me snort. Oh my god. Yeah, well, I also couldn't be a knee model because I have a massive scar on my right knee, so that fucked that up for me.
People would like that because it would be inclusive knee modeling.
Right.
I actually have really nice hands. That's one thing I will say about myself.
You do have beautiful hands.
I've got pretty... Actually, as I'm getting older, they're getting a bit skeleton-y, so...
By the time you're 70, they're going to be
I know. Well, by the time I'm 70, I'm going to be one of those people that gets hand filler.
Regenerative hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
And actually, speaking of which, I was hoping there'd be a segue into this. I bought Tatler magazine. It's one of my favourite magazines. I like Tatler a lot. It's a English magazine. It's kind of a bit of a society rag, kind of lords and ladies, bit of fashion, bit of shopping, bit of art. Mm-hmm. And in this month in Tatler, there's a whole separate magazine about Beauty and Cosmetic Surgery Guide 2022. So this is a magazine that is pages and pages of places you can get different surgeries, injectables, treatments, why, how, and each one of them says Tatler Partnership at the top. So I'm assuming that Tatler's made a lot of money from this little guy, and I think it's amoral, quite frankly.
That is unreal.
I just think it's so not cool. So Tatler, get your pussy on straight. That's not the vibe.
Shame on you, Tatler. Jesus. I thought these magazines were supposed to be about feeling good in your own skin and taking care of yourself for the long run.
And if you don't, then just
cut
it off.
Resort to...
Also, the picture on the front is such a piss take. Look at this girl. Porcelain skin. Stunning woman. Probably 18 to 25.
You can look like this.
Yeah, she hasn't even got her ears pierced. And they're pulling her skin back with 2 threads and a band-aid. It actually felt very Italian Vogue to me, this photo shoot. Anyone who likes fashion will know what I mean by that. But very fucked up. Anyway, moving on. Throw that piece of shit in the trash.
Anyway, it's time for the news.
It's not world news.
It's not important news. It's Lucy and Annabel news. What do you got for us, Annabel?
Cunty Jones.
I was just going to say something really dirty. Not going to say that one. What do you got for us, Annabel Coco Jones?
Annabel Coco Jones. So where's my little webpage here? Look, in light of recent events, I know I usually do celebrity stuff, but it feels...
No, you don't usually do celebrity stuff. You do Kardashian and Kanye stuff.
Fuck off. So, because celebrities feel even more pointless now than ever before.
Right.
I just wanted to just share this important news. What's it called? A PSA, public service announcement.
Okay.
From Marks and Spencer's.
Okay.
And they've said it's really important that you guys don't put their specialty hot cross buns in the toaster because they could set fire. So you can only put the normal hot cross buns in the toaster. This has made the news. I'm not joking.
Well, thank you, Marks and Spencer's.
Marks and Spencer's has told baffled customers.
I think it's Marks and Spencer, isn't it?
Yeah, but we say Marks and Spencer's here because it's just, why wouldn't you? Has told baffled customers not to toast their hot cross buns. UK retailer fears customers could ruin household gadgets if they toast them. Some buns contain chocolate and cheese, which could melt and cause a fire, and M&S is urging people to grill them on a medium heat. CB Phoebe Bailey at #pling on Twitter says,
I can't believe you're quoting people in this.
I feel cheated. My M&S extremely chocolatey hot cross buns are not suitable for toasting in a domestic toaster. How am I supposed to toast them? And Marks and Spencer's has responded by saying under the grill. Now, this, I think, is karma and divine retribution from Jesus Christ, who is the reason why we have the hot cross bun.
Right.
Because a hot cross bun is very straightforward. It's citrusy, there are currants and raisins and sort of things like this in it.
Right.
It's bread. It's not meant to have chocolate. It's not meant to have Marmite. It's not meant to have cheese.
Oh, I see.
Those things are an abomination.
Ah.
So if you've chosen one of those luxury hot cross buns, then you get everything you've got coming to you.
Wow.
Yeah. Unless there's a house fire, in which case I take that back.
Right, unless somebody has died.
If you've died or been maimed, you didn't have that coming to you. But if you've been inconvenienced, then you should have just got a normal hot cross bun. You've asked for too much. Jesus died on the cross. That's why we've got hot cross buns. And now you want to add in chocolate and cheese and all sorts. So I think that's...
straight to hell with you.
Yeah. So that's my news.
Well, here's my question. On the death certificate, would it be death by hot cross bun?
Ooh.
I mean, where's the line here? It's a gray area. Not exactly sure.
I wouldn't want to say.
Maybe Marks and Spencer should give away some free toaster ovens to people who buy the luxury hot cross buns, so that they can properly, enjoy it.
I like that. I think that's a really good American response, and I like it. It's positive, it's rewarding.
Yeah, it is American.
It's fruitful. Yeah, I like it.
It's not English.
As an English person, I think that Marks and Spencer's should stop selling all of these hot cross buns variations.
Look at me trying to make it work, trying to come up with solutions.
No, as an English person, I just say, no, that's disgusting.
Do you like my Princess Diana and Charles mug?
I love it.
Yes.
I actually love it. And then I just...
Is that not the end of that news story? I'm sorry, I thought that was it.
No, there is, but there is just one. I don't actually. I won't share it. It's one celebrity thing that this actress. Have you seen it? It's
Tell us. Come on, we need laughter today.
Fucking out. No, it is pertaining to Ukraine. But it's really confusing. So I'm just gonna.
Oh my god, the suspense is killing me.
So enjoy.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother.
What?
If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky.
Why have you done that, babe? Why have you done that?
Why have you done that, babe?
The way she's all, why have you done that?
Cringe.
Why has she done that?
You know, she wanted to speak to Putin from the heart.
What's that girl's name again?
I don't even know who that is.
Actress. Cringe. Annalyn McCord.
Oh, okay. It's when several actresses make the rest of us look completely crazy. That's, what's tough.
Oh, yeah. The rest of you are fine. Just a few of you are crazy.
It's when a few representatives just ruin it for the rest of us and make the world look at us like we are on crack.
Ricky Gervais posted that picture of him that he always posts, that ugly picture.
In the bathtub? Yeah.
And he said, hey guys, just as an actor, let me know if there's anything you want me to do about the situation in Ukraine.
That's amazing.
Anyway, that's my news. Just eat normal hot cross buns, and if you don't, then
die.
Fuck you. And then also, just unless you're a fucking politician, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no personal messages to Putin, please. Just leave that to the professionals.
I love how everyone is like a politician now. It's amazing.
I know. Well, everybody has a truth. My truth needs to be heard.
The thing that pisses me off about it is that you'll be flooded with infographics this week, and then next week, no one's going to give a fuck.
No. On to the next.
Which is very, very harsh of me to say. I mean, I will continue to be haunted by it until 3 a.m. for the rest of my life until it's finished, but that's just the nature of who I am as a person.
What I was haunted by is when Biden said yesterday, we're going to give these new sanctions a month and then see what happens and have another conversation.
Yeah.
I think I threw my phone down. Wow.
Look, we're meant to be doing a break from this.
Look.
I should never have brought it up.
No, I'm glad you did.
If I was Putin's mother.
There might have been some drowning in the bathtub going on.
Oh my god. You know that thing that mothers say, I brought you into this world so I can take you out
anytime I see fit. It's time. Wow. Okay. Well.
So give me your news.
Oh, yes. I love this. This headline says, a homemade bumper sticker saved a stranger's life after she asked the universe for a sign. Goes on to say, when you're headed down a dark road and feeling hopeless, sometimes all it takes to get you headed back in the right direction is a little sign, or in this case, a bumper sticker. A 22-year-old university student, Brooke Lacey, has had a lot of issues the last couple years. In hopes of helping others, she was inspired to create 600 little sticker signs that say, please don't take your life today. The world is so much better with you in it. More than you realize. Stay. And she started hanging these around town. She started sticking them on overpasses, bridges, railroads, waterways, and on cars. And then she kind of forgot about it. She was just driving around, and she got a little napkin on the hood of her car, and it said, "Your sign saved my life today. I left my house with a plan, and I asked for any sign that I was doing the right thing when I saw your car in the parking lot. Thank you."
Wow.
So she tweeted, "I'm so glad whoever you are chose to stay today. You never know who needs this reminder." Yeah, so that was that.
God, that's beautiful.
I know.
Really...
Shall we do some listener feedback?
Yes, let's do some listener feedback.
All right, that would be great. We've been hearing from so many of you in the new year. Glad to hear everybody's hanging in there.
Listener feedback time.
This I thought was funny. So we had asked you on our Instagram, do you celebrate Valentine's Day? And somebody wrote back and it made me laugh. She said, "No. If my husband treats me like crap the other 364 days, one day of nice won't cut it."
Damn, girl.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh,
Go off. Go the fuck off. I love that energy. She's like,
not gonna work. No.
Not happening.
Don't even try it, buddy. Oh my God. That made me laugh.
We got a message from a listener. "Hi, recently I recovered from all 3 of my eating disorders, and I genuinely just wanted to thank you. Your podcast episode with Melissa saved my life, and I'm forever grateful for it." Which I think is going back to your news story, which is...
Right.
You just don't know that opening yourself up sometimes like that can really change things for people, could change everything for people. Well done on your victory.
Yeah, well done on your victory. And I mean, that episode was in September. Mm-hmm. And so stuff comes to us at the right time, doesn't it? I hear from a lot of listeners that they will just go through our show and pick a random episode, and it seems to be exactly what they needed at that time.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, it really is. Somebody else said, "I love the podcast. You brighten up my day." And that listener's in Argentina. Hello to our listeners in Argentina and all over the world.
Messages like that really make me feel so happy and grateful for all of you. Hi ladies, congratulations on another great conversation. As an Anglophile, I loved the segment on English culture versus American. And although there is so much to be proud of in America's history, your critique was spot on. Graciousness and neighbourly trust are non-existent in today's society. We love our lawsuits and we love to shove responsibility for our mistakes onto others. The stop sign analogy was so good. Reminded me of how to-go coffee cups have to have caution printed on them because of those who would sue because their coffee was too hot. Maybe someday my country will regain some common sense. Thanks again for all you do.
Wow. What was the stop sign analogy?
Well, I was just saying it's completely bonkers how there's like every junction there's a stop sign. It's like you just got to let people kind of use their brains.
I see. Right.
And like you just put lines on the road and the person stops. You don't need to be like, stop. And then like it just, it's just...
Yeah.
You build that kind of... It's like Sudoku, but it's just using your brain or something, just for normal things.
Yeah, well, we're learning. We're a young country.
Oh, what's that? Is that a cocktail?
Straight vodka. No, it is just...
It's like 9 in the morning. You're all good.
I know. Wow, I'm spilling on myself. I'm spilling on my velvet...
Is that a capelet?
Cloak. Yes, it's. I bought it in 2 colors.
Where is it from?
It's from some little boutique. I got it in gold and baby blue, and it's fabulous.
It's so cool.
It's all handmade. It's got these beautiful gold buttons, and then down,
that's so cute.
Down towards the bottom, it's like pleated down there again.
Love it.
really lovely. When I find pieces like that I love, I get them, and I get a couple colors sometimes, because it's few and far between for me that I find pieces that I really would spend the money on,
I think that's really, really good to do when you find something that works for you.
Yeah.
Stock up.
Exactly.
Because in today's sort of fast fashion, quick turnaround world, it's like that shit's going to be gone.
Yeah.
And we all have those pieces that we didn't get.
Oh God, they torture us. That piece.
There's one coat from Joseph that I tried on. Ryan and I were in London for Christmas, and he was like, "You should just get it." And I was like, "Oh, I can't really afford it right now." And then he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna respect your, choice, whatever."
Right.
Because usually he would be like, "No, come on, just I fucking regret it so much." I search for it every year online, and no one is getting rid of them.
No.
Oh no, it wasn't Joseph. It was Sandro. And it was, my brown tasseled leather jacket.
Yeah.
It was kind of that same color, but it was woolen and it was long and it was kind of cape-like, and it was just like a big blanket, but it was tasseled, and it was just like, oh, it was so good. Such a big mistake.
Oh God. How much was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it wasn't even. I mean, it was a lot, but it wasn't like. It was down from like 500 to 180 or something.
Right.
But when something is that much money, I would never buy something that much from a shitty place like Topshop that's far, because you're wasting your money.
Right.
That thing's going to fall apart.
Yeah. It's the one-of-a-kind pieces.
Yeah, that is it. Something like Sandro, that's going to last forever. That is going to last forever, that piece. And so it's worth spending more. Obviously, a lot of people only have the budget to shop at High Street, and I totally respect that. But I would sooner advise somebody to save their money and hunt for something at like thrift or secondhand that is a lasting piece that you'll have forever than go and spend 200 quid on a coat at Topshop, which is going to fall apart.
Yes.
So anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. So I'm glad you got two colours, and I would really like to borrow the blue one.
Yes, it would look so beautiful on you. And I'm actually currently being tortured by something for the last month. I found this little shop with these silk suits in these jewel tones, like a red and an emerald green and a blue and a white, and I want all of them, and oh God, it's been killing me. Just have to sit and think about it and pray that they're still there when I can go back and rescue them.
How much are they?
Oh, the suit in total would be like $350.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a 3-piece. It's like a little bra top and then the pants and jacket, and they just fit perfectly.
You're just dreaming of it.
I'm thinking about it.
What's the weather like there at the moment?
The weather is freezing. It has been bipolar as always. Will's birthday a few weeks ago, and we had this staycation in town, which was really fun. And we went and saw.
Yeah, that looked cute.
Yeah, we saw John Mayer, and something really funny happened at the concert. Well, it wasn't funny at the time, but it was like 90 degrees out, and we laid by the pool, and it was really hot. And then since then, it's just been absolutely freezing. So I don't know what's going on.
It's been a full spring.
Yes. How's the weather there?
I love it. It's different every day. Today's been glorious. It's meant to be sunny all weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. But on Thursday we had sleet, snow, sun, and fog all in one day. It's very confusing.
You just came out of this insane storm that was hitting England and Scotland, and people couldn't drive.
It was three storms, actually.
Your friend got stuck at your home, right?
Yeah, she had to stay because it was too dangerous to drive up there. Yeah, it was crazy. There are trees down all around here. They've cleared them mostly now, but I went on a walk today and saw a couple that are still yet to be kind of dismantled and are precariously balanced on telephone posts and stuff. It was bad. It was 90-mile-an-hour winds, and
Oh my God.
we lost a lot of trees around here, a lot. Then there was Eunice, and then there was Franklin the day after. So,
Well, they named them.
oh yeah, they always name them. There was a news article that was like, why people are being sexist about Storm Eunice.
I love that the storm names in England are more highbrow than the storm names here. We would not know what Eunice, how to say Eunice, most people, I feel like, here.
Right. I mean, it's not an American name.
No, it's not.
It's a very old-fashioned English name. It's not, no one is called Eunice from now times or even at any time soon.
I feel like our storm names are very easy names.
Katrina, Patrick,
Bertha.
Bertha. Oh, great name. That's a great American name right there.
Bertha.
Yeah, I guess Eunice and Franklin is pretty kind of...
Yeah, it's pretty...
like,
who,
they're like fancy.
Shoo.
But yeah, no, it's been good. It's been really, really nice. And devastated to leave. Fucking hate that I'm leaving soon.
Yeah.
I gotta take care of some things in America and then I'm gonna come back. As I nervously play with my hair.
Yeah. I saw you did a pottery class.
Oh, a friend of ours got a pottery wheel and invited us over to do some potting. I don't know, what's it called?
Throwing a pot. Don't you throw a pot?
Yeah, exactly. So I made a candle holder and what we decided to call a sea vagina, which was meant to be a shell, but it looked like some sort of vagina of the sea.
Wow. Can't wait to see what you're going to paint that.
It's going to be a bowl, I think. Well, not a bowl. It's going to be like a tea light holder or something. And then Alec, of course, never done it before. I did it every week for 6 years at school, pottery.
Yeah.
And our friend who had the wheel did it, you know, she's had it for a couple of weeks or whatever. Alec, never done it before, immediately throws it into the middle, perfect, he's like making all this crazy stuff, and we're both just sitting there like, what the fuck? It's really rude of you to come in here and just do that.
Just throw your talent around like that. It's like, who needs that? Selfish.
Well, selfish and rude. He's a carpenter, so it makes sense that he would kind of have some kind of skill, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to justify it. But I'm still feeling shirty about it. So we're going to go on Sunday and finish those, and then they'll go in the kiln, and then by the time I come back at the end of spring, they'll be done.
Wow.
So we've done our news, we've done our feedback. Tell me, Lucy, what's going on in the world of Lucy Walsh?
Oh, wow. Well, a lot of exciting things. But I guess I'll tell the John Mayer story because now I've left it as a cliffhanger for everybody to wonder about. So we went to see John Mayer a few weeks ago. And it was standing room only, which I hate concerts like that. But
I know, it's too old. I need to sit down.
I can't do it. And I don't want you touching me. There's like people touching me, and I just don't.
It makes me feel like violent. Like if a drunk bitch is around me, and she's like, and then she bumps into me, it takes everything in me not to lamp her. It really does.
Me too. You should have seen me. I was standing there gritting my teeth. These drunk people kept smashing into me with their big purses. I was ready to rage. I was ready to flip tables, but I couldn't see any.
Why are you taking a big purse down into the mosh pit? Don't do that.
Don't. Just don't.
Down into the John Mayer mosh pit.
So we're there and la 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 la, and it's his best song, slow dancing in a burning room. It gets to the great live version that he does, and this is Will's favorite song, like whole reason for coming to the concert. And it's like a very long guitar solo, and it ends up being like a 9-minute song live. So he just gets to where the guitar solo is going to take over, and he stops playing and he points and he goes, whoa, somebody's down. because apparently he was getting like hands. There's like this thing now at concerts where the audience can signal the artist with some specific thing and they know to stop. Okay. And so he shut everything down really quickly. The band stops playing. The lights come on. And he's pointing to where this woman has fainted. And a path clears and all these paramedics run in. And he's like, okay.
And shitting himself, hoping someone's not going to get his fucking concert.
He just like comes to the foot of the stage and he's watching and he's like, give me an answer. Is she awake? Is she not? And they're like, she's awake. She's awake. And then somebody goes, she's not breathing or something. And then he's like, well, that doesn't seem like awake to me. Like he's just trying to figure out what the deal is. Paramedics run in with defibrillators.
No.
She gets up. She's and then John goes, okay, I'm going to leave the stage. And he goes off stage. And this woman is taken out in a wheelchair. And I look over at Will and he is ready to kill someone. He was so mad at this woman. He was ready to fight her. He was like, he called her something so funny. What did he call her?
Oh no, he was raging.
I've never seen him so angry. He couldn't even talk. He called her out because then as she was being wheeled out, she gave a thumbs up and like everybody started cheering. So ever since then, he's been calling her Brenda Thumbs Up Wank-Face. So John came back on stage and then was like, okay, we're just going to go to the next song. And Will was like, no. And he starts screaming, started the guitar solo. Go back and play the guitar solo.
Oh my God.
So John has another concert in a couple months and Will's like, we're going to that concert. I am not getting gypped out of my favorite song by Brenda Thumbs Up Wank-Face.
Oh my God, that is Devo. That is bad.
It was so bad. But what I liked about the situation, I'm glad the woman's okay, of course. But it was really great to see the artist on stage have such a human moment to stop the show and come to the foot of the stage and just be like everyone else in this shared experience. And it just kind of, because, you know, you go to a concert and there's this like veil between you and them and they're like all up there, larger than life, superhuman, all this kind of stuff. And then for that spell to be broken for a second and him to just be like handling this situation was really human. The humanity in it really warmed my heart. It was interesting. A really interesting experience. I've never had that. But I mean, obviously people are so careful now and wary about what goes on at their concerts because they're held accountable, as we saw with those deaths at that concert because people were getting trampled.
Yeah,
like,
just be aware.
Be aware. If there's a problem, handle it.
Yeah, I think obviously when you're up there, you've got a really good view of everything that's going on. So you kind of should
have to be aware.
But also, as we both know, I would say 9 out of 10 times, when you're on the stage,
you don't know what's going on. No.
You can't see.
You cannot see.
And people don't understand that.
No, you can't see.
That the lights on a stage are so bright that you can maybe see 3 to 5 rows at the beginning.
Yes.
And then you cannot see anything else.
No.
So people need to remember that when getting annoyed that artists aren't.
It's true. Exactly. Yeah. Madison Square Garden is the craziest place to play because it looks like you're just in pitch blackness by yourself. You can't see what's out there. It's really a surreal feeling, but you're absolutely right. It's very hard to see and you can't hear anything. So
no, it's like you're in a very strange little bubble.
Yeah.
For me, of terror and fear.
Well, yeah, because you know all eyes are on you. And then if you're playing one of those big venues, you know that your face is on this huge screen behind you. It's really, really a strange thing. Oh, come on.
I don't know what that's like, but all right.
You must get some enjoyment out of that.
Out of playing live?
Well,
No. Literally none. It's the worst part of being an artist for me. Always was.
That's so funny.
I hate it. It's like, it's something I did because I had to.
Necessary evil, yeah.
Yeah, but the great thing that I've learned about life is that actually I can do whatever the fuck I want, and if I never want to play again, then I don't have to.
Exactly.
I can keep making music and putting it out, and that's great.
Yeah.
Weird, I didn't know that before.
Yeah, I know, right? How did we miss that?
Well, because people are telling you this is what you have to do to be an artist, and it's only if you're playing the game. If you're just making to enjoy your life and share and enjoy your experience, then there's no game. But if you're trying to get ahead and, you know, kind of duke it out with other artists and, you know, be that bitch, then yeah, sure, you have to do that stuff. But I don't know about you, but I'm not really trying to do that. So
no, well, it's great that you say that, because that's what was on my mind today to talk about, was that I just released my new song, and I did that for myself. I did it for the music, because I've learned that when I sit on my art and I don't put it out there and just keep it flowing, I start to self-destruct and implode. And life gets really unhappy for me. So I just decided, even though the track wasn't perfect, it was done during COVID, I couldn't have it exactly the way I envisioned it, but I just put it out, and I didn't care. I didn't care where it went.
You did it because you wanted to do it, and that's all.
Yeah. And I also feel I know how much music helps me in my life, and it's great to give that to others. And so that to me is just, if one person hears it and it means something to them, then that's great. But anyway, I'm not playing the game, like you just said. And then in a roundabout way, this song is like going places. And I just found it hilarious that life does that. I have a piano student. She's 7. And her dad is one of the heads of one of the largest TV companies in the world. And I didn't know that. And I was over there teaching her piano lesson. And he said, "Oh, I saw on your Instagram that you're releasing a new song. Can I hear it?" So he had me put it on in the house and play it for their guests that were over there. He says, "Send this to my head of music at this, you know, my company," which I did. And that led to a phone call that was pretty life-changing in a lot of ways. Not only for my music, but for my acting, which has now led to me having a pitch meeting with this company for my television show based on my grandparents' letters that I'm in the middle of. And being in touch with their head of casting for acting roles, and just everything came out of this. And I just thought, look at that. You can play the game. You can not play the game. You can run as far as you can to the ends of the earth to try to outrun your purpose or your passions or what you feel you want to do with your life. You can go anywhere. Nothing matters, because we're not in control. And if it's going to come to you, it's going to find you.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it can't, because we're gripping with both hands to this expectation we have. This, oh, this is the outcome I want. If I don't win a Grammy, then I'm not going to even bother. Well, release the Grammy for a second so that what's meant to come to you can flow in. And I know that's easier said than done. But again, I saw it happen in my life, and I just had to laugh. It was pretty funny that through a piano lesson, I'm right back to where
you wanted to be when you had a, you know, idea that you wanted things to be a certain type of way.
I mean, people play the game for an opportunity like what I just had this last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there I was letting go of the game, and it came anyway. So it's pretty funny, isn't it?
No, I've had that experience most times when big things have happened for me and big things have shifted. It's been at a time where I've thrown my hands up and gone, you know, Jesus, take the wheel. Like I I'm not doing this anymore, or I'm walking away, or, you know, it literally happened to me a couple weeks ago. Ryan and I were running our marketing company, and on the side of his job at Atlantic, we helped artists with digital marketing and artist development. I was driving home from somewhere and I was like, I think I might just call it a day with all that. It's not speaking to me anymore. I don't, unless somebody needs me or reaches out, I think I'm good. Literally the next day. Somebody reached out and was like, hey, like, I want to put you on retainer. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I know.
It was like the one artist I actually gave a fuck about in the first place. So
wow.
It's just so interesting. It's just so interesting how it works. It's how I got my record deal. It's how I got my first publishing deal. It's how every time I just throw my hands up and either walk away or back off.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I think you can want stuff too much.
Yes.
And, desperation really stinks on a person. It really, really does. People can see it from a mile away, feel it from a mile away. And I think when there's an ease and a joy to what you're doing, it's much, much more attractive than when somebody walks in the room just with like, I will die otherwise. Yeah. And I also think a lot of this music stuff is kind of like a false bill of goods that we're sold as artists from a really young age about like what you're meant to do and what you're meant to want and how it's meant to go for you. Mm-hmm. And it's all changed so much now with the internet. In some ways for the better, some ways for the worse. In the ways that it's for the better, look at Nova and Tom and what they're doing. Right. With no help from any companies. They are smashing it. Yeah. They are absolutely killing it. And they own everything that they do. Uh-huh. It can be done.
Of course.
We're told we have to jump through all of these hoops in order to do that.
Yeah, we need all these middlemen.
Yes.
and we don't.
And you don't, people shoot their movies now on their iPhones. My friend showed me her music video the other day that she made on her iPhone. And I was like, oh, wow, like, who directed this? And how did you film it? And she said, we bought a lens and a Steadicam for the iPhone. It cost us a couple of £100. And we shot this video. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So I think we are, in order to feed us into the system, sometimes with major labels and with companies, we're told we need them to do what we want to do. And you do not need them.
No.
You really don't.
They need you.
They need you, but also you need to calm the fuck down and have some faith.
You need to have fun with what you're doing. You need to enjoy the moment and that's it. Have fun in the moment. That is it. It's literally that simple. I know that sounds crazy because life isn't simple and life is hard and life is pain and all this stuff. But man, when you are carefree, it shows. It shows.
Yeah, it really does.
And it doesn't mean happy all the time. That's not what I'm saying. Because that's not truthful. What I'm saying is, whatever the outcome here, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm enjoying myself. Yeah. I'm living a life that I've created that I love. And that's a beautiful thing to be around. And you can absolutely tell when somebody's carefree in that way. So
it's like what we always say. It's the process. It's the journey. And the more you enjoy that, the more fruitful the outcome will be. Whatever that outcome is.
Yeah. I mean, you and I just did this because we wanted to. We wanted to connect like this and have a thing and have a place to come every week. And we had no idea it was going to trend in countries around the world, and
that I was going to become an influencer because of it. I mean,
I know. The fuck? And have like billions of listeners, and it's just wild.
I wish we had billions and we'd be rich like Joe Rogan and you could buy that silk suit.
Oh, I could buy all 4 colors.
And Until then, you just got to wear your fucking old capes you've had for 50 years and eat crumbs.
My dusty old velvet capes.
Yeah, I love that story, babe, and that's really exciting. I'm really happy for you. Good for you.
It is really exciting. It's amazing. It's I got off that call and I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just like, I think I went to the grocery store and walked around for a couple hours, which is what I do when I'm super like out of my mind.
Which grocery store did you go to?
I went which brings me to our next point. Wow, that's pretty funny. I went to Whole Foods. Thank you for asking. And do you know why I went to Whole Foods, Annabelle Jones?
Yeah, bitch. Why did you go?
Well, I made a decision recently because I realized that for years I've been shopping at whatever, other stores that were cheaper, okay? And for years I said to myself, oh, I can't wait until the day comes when I can shop at Whole Foods. And I said that for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then one day recently I said to myself, you go shop at Whole Foods now, okay? Okay.
Rise to the challenge.
No more waiting, no more pie in the sky. The day has come, okay? So raise your damn bar and get your pussy on straight and go to Whole Foods from now on. And I have been. And I'll tell you, this is another thing I've learned about life that's pretty amazing to witness. When you raise your bar like that, everything levels up to meet you. And that teaches you something about how we manifest and create our lives. Your imagination is going to govern your life. If you can't imagine that shopping at Whole Foods is possible for your budget, then you ain't shopping there. If you can imagine it, then you will go, you will do the action, which brings in the support all around you. We just put these confines on ourselves to say, oh, no, I couldn't possibly do that. No. All these rules, why we can't have things. And it's not real.
I think for you especially, you are going to find that there's probably lots of things you've been telling yourself as you deprogram yourself from the narcissistic abuse. Right. That maybe actually you could have been shopping at Whole Foods for a while, but you just wouldn't allow yourself to believe that that was something that you deserved or was possible for you.
I'm glad you said that. That's exactly what I believed. I believed that I had not earned it yet until I won an Oscar. Yeah, I did not deserve to spend my money at Whole Foods. Yeah, it's crazy things like that we tell ourselves so many lies.
I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool that you've like given yourself that. It's maybe sounds trivial to some people, sure, whatever.
It does,
but
yeah.
I think that there are little signals that you can give yourself that kind of push you along and, like you said, raise the bar higher. My sister Sarah kind of has this mentality where it's like, okay, I want to earn, or I need to earn 1,500 by 2 weeks today. What am I going to do to do that? Is her energy, and I like that energy a lot, and that's not going to work for everyone. Different people have different lives. I am unmarried, I don't have children, I don't own a home. I am somebody that has disposable income for that reason, because I'm not responsible for feeding anyone else or taking care of anyone else. So there are things that are possible for some that aren't possible for others. But that doesn't mean that you can't sort of set little achievable goals for yourself. And for you, an achievable goal was doing your shop at Whole Foods. Right. Whatever the achievable goal might be for somebody, I think that I used to really just be skint, like so broke, no money all the time, just like desperately broke. Me too. like sad, tragic. I had a deprivation mindset, and it took me a long time to get out of that. It really, really did. And I'm still learning to get out of it, because I would buy lots of cheap things rather than put my money towards one pricier, better quality thing.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually a trick that advertisers and shops and supermarkets really target towards people with a lower income, is they trick you into kind of spending more money on crappier stuff, by edging you out of and making you feel like you can't buy X, Y, and Z.
That's very true.
And I think it's a really interesting conversation, which is probably for another day. And, you know, I only learned this stuff because Ryan studied economics at Northwestern. So he taught me so much. I was so stressed out by money. I was so emotional about money. I was constantly coming from a desperation, poverty mindset with everything I did. And as a result of that, I had a very difficult time with things and made really poor money decisions, and was trapped in that mindset, you know. And I can't think of an equivalent of the Whole Foods thing, but now for me, food is so important. It's one of I'm not a partier. I don't really go to the hairdresser loads. I don't get facials. I don't do all that shit. I do my own nails.
Food is the best investment you can make.
Food and wine, I just need it to be
good,
excellent. I just need it to feel good and smell good and look good. And whether that's I'm getting it at Whole Foods or a farm stand, or literally sometimes Max and I would go and shop at John's, which is an LA supermarket, which some of you might not know. I love getting different things from different places. I really, really do.
Me too.
I'm not going to get my meat at John's, but I'm going to get herbs and vegetables, and then I'm going to get this thing from Bristol Farms and my nice chocolate from here. That's kind of how I approach it. And it is as much a treat for me to go and get the chocolate I like at Bristol Farms or Whole Foods, even if I'm not doing the whole shop there. And I like to allow myself that treat,
me too.
Which I think is a really good way to start what you're saying, which is like aim for that thing and fucking punch for it, you know. And like even if it just starts that you get your box of cookies from there, I don't know, whatever it is, like
exactly, it doesn't have to be a grocery cart full of stuff, but just to give that to yourself and say, I can have this, have this, instead of all the reasons why you can't have something. Yes, you know, it might be trivial about a grocery store, but it's really important, and I love everything you just said. I felt a lot of the same ways, and coming from that lack mentality, just it makes you struggle through life. And there's another way to live, and that is allowing yourself to have the things that feel good, that make you happy, and it's an adventure. It's raising your bar and improving the lies that you tell yourself, because we always tell ourselves lies. We're never going to stop that. But tell yourself better lies. Yeah.
Even if the lie is that you can maybe afford something from Whole Foods and you can't.
Sure.
No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Don't spend money you don't have because I just said that. Just buy what you can fucking afford.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to overwhelm you, but just do that for yourself this week. Go to a place that you are interested and curious about, and pick out one thing, or just walk around and look. Just do it for your mind.
Oh,
do it.
I do that all the time. I go to shops I can't afford, and I love to look
me
at
too.
things and touch things and try things. But also, can I just say that this just to move away from the kind of shopping,
right? Because this is not about spending and money. It's really not.
This isn't like a stop being poor moment. This is like a give yourself something that you feel you don't deserve moment. And
right.
Even if that's just like having a lunch break and eating your fucking sandwich in peace away from everyone, like at the back of the shop that you work at, or whatever the fuck it is, like going for a walk, having a bath that's longer than just like, oh fuck yeah, just gonna wash my fucking pits and just wash my hair and get out of here, and gotta do, just like take a minute to give yourself that little thing that maybe you've been telling yourself you can't have.
Yeah.
and see how it feels.
Exactly. Sit in the sun, soak your feet, everything. It's this is not about money or spending.
No, not at all. It's about the mindset.
Exactly.
Mindset.
So that was a big one for me. Yeah, it came out about the grocery store made me realize that I was doing that to myself and that I could have the things that make me happy. And
interestingly, I think the two are linked, the two things that you've just said, because I think the deprivation mindset as an artist comes from, I'm not doing it. I can't do it without them. Unless I have the deal or the recognition or the representation or the money or the this or that, I can't do it. Right. And you let go of that mindset.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's such a fascinating subject. I really
do too.
And just concept. If you believe in kind of like the circular energy of the universe and like things finding you that are meant for you and all of that kind of thing, I think it's really and even if none of it turns into anything, like what a nice pat on the back from the universe.
Exactly. So I want everybody to think about that this week.
Yeah, it's good. It's a solid bit of content there, Lucy Walsh.
It is. It's a good one. All right, so that's great stuff. I love all that. And I've been really wanting to ask you a follow-up question about something you mentioned on the podcast, which was that you had set a day for yourself.
Yeah.
February 11th it was. And this was a day that you were going to check in and see where you were at with your grief and with where you want to take your life from here. And how did that go?
Yeah, it was interesting. February the 11th was the day that I chose with my therapist that wasn't too far away and wasn't too close, to ask myself if I was ready to think about the future during a time when the future felt completely overwhelming. An hour from now felt overwhelming. 5 minutes from now felt overwhelming. So thinking about the future felt completely impossible and crippling. And I think anyone who's had extreme grief or felt suicidal or been depressed can understand that feeling of the future feeling either like black or just completely, bleak or overwhelming or just nothing there. That was my problem. I just saw nothing. Blackness and it was stressing me out. So as a way to deal with that, Jeff said to me, I want you to stop doing that. I want you to stop thinking about it and trying to force a future or force a thought which just isn't there yet and isn't ready to be there. And I want you to pick a date and you can ask yourself on that date if you are ready to think about the future. So that was great for me because it set me free of all of it.
Yeah.
It kind of just made me go, I don't have to think about that now, And so that date was February the 11th and February, I can never say
February. I know.
Feb 11.
It's so ridiculous that it has an R in it. Like, come on.
Feb 11.
Feb 11.
Was my day. Feb 11. That's the name of the episode, Feb 11. Feb 11 was the day, and I felt a bit somber, actually, the day before. I don't know why. I think I was just...
Oh, interesting.
A bit sort of kind of like, oh, God, what's going to happen tomorrow? Or is anything going to happen? Or am I ready? Or
were you kind of grieving the end of the time that you were allowing yourself to not confront?
Yeah, I think so. And then I think also I was like, fuck, am I ready to think about the future?
Right.
For reals. Like it wasn't just like, haha, this is cute, I'm going to put this in my diary. It was like, no, bitch, are you ready?
Right.
And the answer was yes and no at the same time. On the day of February 11th, I felt cautious. And then that morning, Alec and I were chatting about it, and I sort of said, well, he said, I feel like February the 11th is going to be a magical day. And I said, I would like that. I would like for it to always be a special day, like a birthday or like anything where we can kind of, me, him, we, anyone who wants can check in on Febelev and, you know, just go like, how are you feeling? How do you feel about the future? You know, ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
And it did turn out to be a good day. I felt sort of a weight lifted slightly. And I felt like another milestone had been met. And then that day, that morning, my nephew got an unconditional acceptance to Goldsmiths University, which is a very, very prestigious university. And so I got to my mum's house and that was the news. And it just felt, you know, just from there, it just like went up, you know, it was just, It was like, yeah, Febelev is fucking magical for all people. Yeah. So that's what I want to, I'm going to petition the governments of the world for Febelev to be International Future Day. International Dream Day.
Oh, I love it.
And from that point on, so after the high of Febelev, I then actually did have to start thinking about the future.
Right. Which brings us to...
Which sent me into...
where we are now.
A complete tailspin and a 10-day depression.
Lovely.
Which was actually so bad that I had to cancel recording with you this week because I had such a bumpy week. The worst I've had in so long. Totally consumed by fear. Literally woke up in the middle of the night one night when my friend was here. My energy was so intense that she woke up feeling afraid.
Yeah.
In another room.
Huh.
And just gripped by fear. Because the truth is
maybe that's why I haven't been able to sleep.
I've been
in another country.
I know. I've been just so frightened. I've been so scared of dreaming and hoping because the last time I did that, everything got taken away from me. So, so it's hard. It is really hard for me to just kind of allow myself to hope and dream again because I am really scared. I'm really, really scared that I'm going to have everything taken away. And I know it's PTSD and I know I've got to work through it, but I feel so much stronger having realized that that's why I'm so scared and that's why I've been feeling so bumpy for the last 10 days, is that I've had a lot of visitors and all my friends' lives are moving forward. They've got babies, they've got houses, they're married, they've got this, they're trying, that, you know, and I know I have to start moving forward. I deserve a life, and I deserve to dream, and I deserve to hope, and it's just really hard to do it. So, and I love the life I've been living, and I love my boyfriend, and I love the dreams I have. I'm just really scared of them being taken away. So I'm in a bit of a battle with that. But I'm going to tell you a really nice thing, which is that with all this going on, when one of my friends was here, who was really encouraging me with this new project I'm working on, which I'll tell you about privately. Okay. And we went to look at the antique shops in the area, and we were going to leave. You know, it was the afternoon, we were tired, whatever. And she's like, oh, is that one any good down there? And I was like, yeah, it's good. It's pretty, you know, it's cavernous, it's hit or miss. And she was like, oh, shall we just? And I was like, okay then. So we went in it, and we walked in, and it was one of Ryan's one of Ryan's favourite songs and one of the only songs that I could listen to after the crash, which was Crying by Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
And it was like the only thing that I felt I understood or understood me. And then after that, it was another Ryan Brady song. And then after that, it was another Ryan Brady song. And I said to Alec, it's like the Ryan Brady playlist. and he was like, I know. And I said, and I was like looking around and I was like, I think I'm meant to find something in here. And so we just carried on looking around and I didn't find anything. And I thought, oh, okay, whatever. Maybe it's, I'm just looking for a sign that isn't there. And as we're walking out, I was sort of waiting for my friend for a second and I looked down and my foot is touching this plaque. And it's this wooden plaque and I bend down and I pick it up. And it's a hand-carved plaque and it says forward. Oh. And it's got a heart with a crown and angel wings. And a banner which says forward. And it was hand-carved in World War One. And I just was like so, speechless. I just picked it up and just held it for the rest of the day because it just felt like such a clear message. Yeah. And I just keep looking at it to remind myself, like, I have to go forward. I have to go forward. I can't be frightened. Or I can be frightened and I have to go forward anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're always frightened. Always. That will never go away. And people think that they can't move forward until that fear goes away. But it's actually the opposite. It's you move forward with that fear and that's moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah, you break through it. And the more you do something, the less scary it becomes, and True. I think that right now, moving forward and dreaming of a future is terrifying for me, but I just have to get used to it. I just have to get used to it again and trust life. And that doesn't mean that I think that everything's going to be easy and nothing bad's ever going to happen to me again, but just trust that I'm going where I'm meant to go, and what's happening is meant to happen, and whatever that is. So yeah, that's my fucking shit.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. I'm feeling that fear for myself in certain ways, and I know everybody is fearful at the moment with what's going on in the news, and so you just push through, and don't wait for that fear to go away because it's always going to be there.
And there's always going to be something to be frightened of. Look,
always. And if there's not, you'll create it.
Yeah, COVID's old news, and now we've got World War III. It's
right.
Like, it's like you're not going to get a break from scary shit.
No, so and if none of that were going on, your imagination would create lies, shit that's not real. So it's being human. It's built into being human, but you just take it.
Moving forward.
Yeah. It just put a vision in my head, which was like a football player, American football, where you take that football under your arm and you run to the end zone to make that goal. And that football is the fear under your arm. You just pick it up, it's coming with you, and you just run for where you have to go.
I love that.
I do too. That's really
for English people, it's rugby. And
exactly.
Listening.
Right. All right. Well, what a week. What a time.
Yeah.
Let's all just keep pushing through this week. Let's hear from you. I want to hear how it's going for everybody. Okay. So check in with us. And we'll talk to you next time.
We'll speak to you soon.
Well, Annabelle, that's beautiful what you shared, and I'm there with you for, just I'm there.
I know.
And I'm really, really proud of you. And
thank you.
really just so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing it.
I'm motherfucking trying.
Woo!
Love you.
Love you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Two shooting stars, the night was ours, the sky on fire. The universe was alive for just a moment in time, and we made our vows, although the moon was turning red. But as the sun came up, it brought the devil into our bed. You lifted me up and gave me your love. Then you beat me back down to try to save me from the darkness that you hide. You brought it crashing down.